Hi, well, some people have asked about the LED lights I've put into my cages. It's simply a simple device you can buy off eBay or Amazon. They're only very cheap, around £6. You can buy it in different lengths. They just are on a controllable dimmer, so I can turn the lights right down or have them really bright, as you can see, and they go all the way through the cage and out the back. And if you look around the back here, see they come out the connections. It's a bit dark in here, and down to a dimmer, and then it's all fed off a timer. Now you can get more elaborate devices than this, which automatically dim the lights for people, but I'm only really looking for the lights first thing in the morning, just to help me feeding the birds. I have it come on a timer for around an hour or so. It comes on at 7 o'clock and goes off at 8. So I don't want the birds to have a lot of light too early in the morning, because they'll want to come into breeding season. So all I'm doing is I'm adding a bit of light so I can get in here in the morning, feed the birds, check them all are okay, and then about 8 o'clock, so on about an hour, very dim, then they go off. Now as the winter goes and it go into spring and we come into breeding season, I can start putting them lights on earlier in the morning, and of course then you're getting the natural light starting to come through into the bird room, so they will automatically, as it gets lighter in the morning, start to come into breeding season, because it's light that triggers the breeding season probably more than temperature. So I mean, I can have these on a full brightness. Once we go into breeding season, I can have them on all day if I like, at full brightness. Now you need to buy, if you're getting these LED lights, you need to get daylight balanced, which are 6500 K or Kelvin, because that will give you all the natural light like daylight gives it. You don't want the yellow lighting or the blue lighting. It needs to be daylight balanced, and they're really cheap. If I can get this out on just get it out like that. So I mean, they've got ballast resistors in there, and you can see there you can cut this to any length. So I bought a piece which was long enough to do the 2 lengths of cages. They run all the way along. You just peel the M3 sticking tape off the back, and it really just stick really well. And then on the end you got your pos and neg, the 12 volt LEDs. You can put them straight off a 12 volt supply or battery, but they'll be full brightness all the while. But obviously they come with the dimmer already connected, and then all they do, I ran them in on the top, cut them off where you can see the cut lines, and then you can, even though they've got a plastic coating, when you put a soldering iron to them, the plastic melts. You can put a dab of solder, add 2 new cables to the second row, which run under the second set of cages, and then all you do is parallel the 2 together. So positive to positive on the first section you put in, negative to negative, and there you go. It's as easy as that. So cheap, so simple, very controllable, and very bright, coming up to 6500 K. So ideal for cages. You can have it, obviously it's only when it's at its very brightest, it's its daylight balance. So as it comes down the Kelvin, down to the dimmer, when they are dim, they are obviously slightly more yellow, which is not daylight, which is fine for getting out there in the mornings, doing what you've got to do. I mean, you can always go out there even in the breeding season and towards the evening, and gradually dim them yourself if you like. Or you can buy more elaborate, quite expensive automatic dimming systems, but I've not got that many cages, so I don't really warrant that. But yeah, if you're buying the automatic one, you just want to make sure you've got an output of 12 volts DC, and then you can run any of the LEDs you can get off the internet, and they'll work fine. All right, that's all it was. Dead simple, quick video. Bye for now.